Hello, it's August. Welcome back. So I'm away, I'm in Cornwall, and this is a metaphor. This whole video is a metaphor for what you need to do in the year ahead. I'm here, it's my holiday. I don't know if you can hear the distant seagulls. It's beautiful, that's what August is meant to be. Year 10 into year 11 August is getting ready for September with a little bit of work every week so that you can get ahead. That's what I've been saying all the way through my many videos, all 6 of them, however many, is to get yourselves ahead, especially if you've got any processing issues. If it takes a little bit longer for you to get the information in past your very narrow short-term memory. It's really vital that you use this time to do that. I know you're desperate for a holiday. This ain't it. Okay, this is not the one. Next year you'll be in the middle of a 12-week summer holiday. That's what it's leading towards, is the celebration after the exams. Please treat this summer as like pre-term. Get yourself ahead. I'm going to talk about one thing. 19th century novel. If I waffle about anything else, I apologise, but I'm just trying to keep these videos short. So, 19th century novel. Yeah, obviously there are three to talk about, but in essence they are all tricky. I rate them as easiest Christmas Carol, followed by Jekyll and Hyde, followed by obviously Frankenstein. So they're all doable. I keep saying Christmas Carol is easier. You may not find that. You may have read Frankenstein in year 9 and thought, oh God, I wish we could do that. The things you want to talk about. But they are short. With this, the adaptations just don't really do it. They tend to mess with them, the stories, in all sorts of ways. If you can, just pick up the book. I don't have them with me in Cornwall. Pick up the book, count the pages. You'll be shocked by how short these books are, divided up into the weeks of August, and tell yourself you're going to read 10, 15 pages a week. Do that. Make occasional notes. Look at a study guide. Look at individual characters. Look at individual chapters. Look at what the author wants to get across. Dickens wanted to show the effects of poverty and how the rich people in London, where he was writing, but all across the country, needed to take responsibility. Stevenson with Jekyll and Hyde was looking at the hypocrisy of Victorian society and the strong connections with possible homosexuality in all the male characters. Hey, guess what? They're all middle-aged men, single, roaming the streets at 3 a.m. up to things which they are committing in the dark hours, which is what Mr. Hyde is doing in the dark hours, and no one's actually naming it. It's just sins. But there's a brilliant crossover with the Indecency Act, I believe it was called, came into practice the same year Jekyll was being written. And, coincidence? I don't think so. Stevenson could not stand the hypocrisy of Victorian society, and when Jekyll and Hyde became a success, but people ignored the message of it, hey look, hypocrites, let's change society, let's not judge people by their sins. Their sins shouldn't be crimes. He left the country. He went as far away as he could. He went to an island called Samoa in the Pacific to get away from these morons in charge of the country. There's loads of lovely, but not loads, there's a little bit of lovely subtexty stuff. Why was it written? Frankenstein, the oldest, over 200 years old. Shelley was in an amazingly imaginative circle of writers and thinkers, and science was a scary thing. A man called Galvani had, poor frog, shoved an electrode into the leg of a dead frog, and the leg started to twitch, and so he thought, oh my god, we can bring people back to life, and that became almost like the horror story of the times, and Mary Shelley picked up on that and on a few other things, and she wanted to talk about the fear of uncontrolled science. Okay, so anything you can tie into that. trying to think of the various, a woman in society, writing this, talking about the power of men and the power of science and how they can abuse that. And you look at the way women are treated in the book, pretty badly. Yes, there could be a comment on that. It's a comment on the dangers of science. It's a comment on the ambition of men being out of control, and also the terrible consequences if you dare to look different, be different in society as well. God forbid you're not born perfect. God forbid you're born looking more like a monster than a supermodel. Not that they had them in those days, but it's about judgment on people. All right, those books, look at why they were written. Absolutely vital. We'll talk about paragraph structure another time. I did talk to you about it before the exams. Paragraph structure, you're going to end your paragraph with, why was that scene written? Why was the book written? What is the message of the author? Okay, get reading. Do that thing. You've got 4.5 weeks of August. You've got 5 weeks until school starts. I know, horrible to think about school now, but please do this for yourselves and get ahead. This is pre-term. You can still have 6 days a week of fabulous August, but that one day, set yourself aside, get ahead. I will obviously be asking you to look at Macbeth, if that's your Shakespeare, and poetry as well. Look at the previous video, my 14-minute, where I ramble a bit. This is a short one, coming in just under 7. I'm going to stop talking now. Please comment, please like, please subscribe, and I will keep doing these videos as long as anyone's benefiting from them. And guess what? I have a good reputation and I know what I'm talking about. So listen, pay attention, you'll benefit too. Okay, happy August.